Hello and welcome to the EVGA Podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Jacob.
That's Jacob. So this week we're going to be giving away a few more things. If you tuned in last week, we gave away an X99 Classified, I believe.
Right.
And this week we're going to be also giving away a X99 FTW in addition to we're going to be doing a Throwback Thursday 480 giveaway. So this is a 480. At some point during this, I know we had some discrepancies about this last week as far as lag and the input of saying it, etc. I didn't see it before he saw it. So this time, instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're just going to tell you right now, at some point during the podcast, a question will appear in the chat. Since it will be entered via the chat, everyone should be getting it at the same time. So the first person to respond to that chat will be the winner with the correct answer, obviously. So there will be two giveaways at two separate times, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yep, one of them will be this board.
That's the X99 FTW.
X99 FTW.
So be looking for that during the chat, and hopefully this will appease everybody and no one will be unhappy at the latency issues. Other than that, we're going to talk about some things game-related, we're going to talk about some things hardware-related, and that's pretty much what this podcast is about. So we want to start things off with the Modrigs winners. We did the Modrig mod contest. We talked about a little bit this last week. So this week we're going to show you some slides of some of the winning ones that we liked and kind of go over what made them unique and what we liked about them. So let me swap right on over to that right now. All right, so this was the first place winner.
I really like this. He managed to somehow fit a kingpin card into a Hadron, which doesn't usually fit.
Correct, it doesn't. If you can see that there's that opening spot on the end where he has a cutout so he can get the cables plugged in, because otherwise you just can't get it to fit at all.
Yeah.
This is the back end. It shows where he completely moved the location of the power supply entirely. I believe it's a different power supply. He took out the one that was built into the case and he put in his own.
Looks like, is that an ATX power supply?
I believe it is a full ATX power supply.
Yeah, that is.
So there's a side view of it. You can see the actual card. He completely reorganized the way this case looks. It's totally different. We were very impressed by the amount of time that went into this one. You can't really fit that much in that case aside from that. This was second place winner. This one, he did a really nice paint job. He did a nice liquid cooling setup. He didn't mess around with the internals as much, but there was a lot of exterior work done with this one. It should be flipping over here in a second. You'll be able to see the back panel right there where you can see the water cooling. He actually adjusted that top section because those pipes in our case don't go in, they're not level with each other. He actually changed that entire top piece.
Looks like he changed the fan in the power supply also?
Possibly. And that's the pretty shot of the internal, so you can see that it is very well put together. Looks nice. Very clean build.
It's pretty nice.
And
you removed the hard drive cage.
Yes. Pretty much almost all of these builds remove the hard drive case. And this was our third place winner, and he changed the front bezel more than probably anybody. He cut the hole in the section, put a fan up there, removed the cage.
Don't put your finger in there.
I would not advise that, no.
Yeah.
There is no fan grill on that one, so that is kind of interesting. Most people make sure there's a fan grill on most of those. That one doesn't. And then that's the shot of the internals, which are also very, very clean, very stock, very put together. But yeah, those were the three winners of our Hadron case mod contest, and that's what we wanted to go over with that one.
Really impressive.
Yeah, they were very, very well done.
There was a lot of other ones that I saw that were actually quite good as well.
There was a total of 18 winners of this one, so there was quite a few other mods that we liked, but not everybody can be first, second, and third. So we just wanted to show you the ones we liked the best. So a game recently launched.
It did?
It did. Have you played any Destiny? You have not.
I think I was accepted into the alpha. Was it alpha or beta?
The beta, I believe.
But I never got around to playing it. I don't know if I should have or not. But a lot of people seem to. I don't know. I've kind of heard mixed things about it. But
the best example I can think of is it's kind of a cross between Borderlands and Halo.
Well, it is Bungie. So.
It is Bungie, exactly. From what I'm told, is the actual gameplay itself is very Halo-y as far as it handles, but it's an MMO style as far as the progression. So that's kind of where Borderlands comes in with the gear upgrades and all that good stuff. I haven't played it either. I actually don't have a PS4. I'm going to be getting one today, actually. There will be a PC version. They've stated there's going to be. We don't know when, though. So it's kind of on hold until that point. If there was a PC version, I would be getting it right now.
Yeah,
but
it's a bit of a shame. But
there's not.
You know, most Bungie games, I think Halo 1 was like the only other one that was on PC.
And it came out on PC like 2 or 3 years after the original game. It was, or it might not have been that long, but it was a very, very long duration of time. But hopefully when it does come out on PC, it's a good port. They've stated that they want to put time into it. They're trying to get their market. I mean, the game did have one of the largest budgets of all games in history. I think it was $500 million budget for this game, which is
well, you could tell by
massive.
You go to E3 or PAX. I mean, they had a huge booth. I mean, I remember when we went to Gamescom, I couldn't believe the size of their booth and display, and they had smoke and all kinds of stuff. Man,
was it bigger than the 2K booth at PAX?
Maybe, yeah, just for one game.
Yeah,
so
it's got a lot of hype behind it. I know a few people who played it; they all like it. I'm going to experience it soon. I'm going to go pick it up probably this afternoon, and probably next podcast I'll let you know what I think about it. But that launched on the 9th, I believe, so 2 days ago. For all you people that have played it, feel free to let us know what you think. And since we're on the topic of gaming, Minecraft. Not all of you play Minecraft, but Minecraft everybody knows. Recently, as most of you have probably heard, there is a lot of talk going around about the Microsoft acquisition of Minecraft. Heard about that?
Yep.
$2 billion.
Yeah, we'll see.
$2 billion.
I mean, it's just a rumor right now.
It is.
But
it hasn't been.
Minecraft is a huge,
It is. It hasn't been confirmed or denied by either Minecraft or Notch. But there is rumors going around that if it does go through, that Notch will be stepping aside. So that has a lot of people uneasy. Just the concept of Microsoft owning Minecraft in general has a lot of people uneasy. So
definitely, Microsoft have done a lot with the Minecraft property when they brought it to Xbox, and I think it was on 360 as well.
It was on 360. It's
and
now
it's on Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
they did a special upgrade where if you have it on 360, it's like $5, and you can upgrade your account to Tier 1. It carries your world over and everything. So a lot of people hopped on that one. But yeah, it'll
be interesting to see what happens with that.
This was even on major news networks as well. I saw a couple transcripts of it.
Of money. So.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's getting a lot of mainstream attention. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, everyone's happy in the end, but we'll see. But in the meantime, we're gonna get ready. We're gonna play some Mortal Kombat 2. Everyone knows the rival between me and Jacob.
Last week, so let's preface this a bit. We started off with Mortal Kombat 9.
Yes.
Right, and won that one, and we switched over to Street Fighter. Mm-hmm. And I did not fare well in that one. But actually, I kind of expected that because
So far, everything has gone as expected.
So today we're going back to old school, and we're going to play Mortal Kombat 2. When was that released?
That was back in the day.
Early 90s.
Well, we're going to pause on that for a second. The question was just asked, and we do have a winner. Loraldo, I believe you got the answer right first. Good try, everybody, but Loraldo is the winner, so you just won yourself a GTX 480. We will be sending you a message on here at some point. It may be near the end of the podcast since we are in the middle of this, but once you receive your message, it'll have further instructions on how to contact us.
And don't forget that we also will be giving away this
correct
this motherboard later on, X99 FTW.
Keep paying attention. You never know when that question's going to pop up.
Again, it'll pop up in the chat, so just keep your eyes open.
Yes. So...
All right, you ready?
Mortal Kombat 2.
All right, let's try.
Kind of. All right. Hopefully nobody expects too much of me.
This is the new, we're playing on a PC, but this is the new DS4 white. You like it?
Yes, I actually
nice.
like the white a lot. I do. I'm a fan. Okay, be gentle.
All right, so let's try this. Okay. So press start.
As usual, I'm going to be Sub-Zero because that's the
I'll be
only
Reptile this
I
time.
ever play. The accidental character.
Yeah.
Fight.
All right. No. Oh. Wow, that is.
Oh man.
Okay.
Wow, I totally missed you.
Yeah, you're kind of fun. That move has just some serious function to it.
All right.
Man,
Round one's down.
I got worked. I got worked hard.
All right, let's try this again.
I was confused about the, because the actual layout of that is not. Wow! You were just owning me.
Oh no.
The actual control scheme is completely different than Street Fighter.
Toasty. Alright, here we go.
Come on. Alright, let me try that again.
Bones.
I gotta try that. That was embarrassing. The actual button layout is completely twisted 90 degrees from what it is in Street Fighter. So I'm constantly hitting square. That's thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. By the way, Rob is back. He's no longer dying.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
Feel free to require him to do his MC Hammer dance that he has promised everyone.
Yep, right. I totally forgot about that.
The viewers have it. Hey, you gotta bring your own pants.
Almost got a flawless.
Get over here!
I am not good at this game.
Round
Alright.
2, fight.
Stop it. Let me win.
Well done.
I don't know how to do this teleport.
I'll just be cheap. Do you even have a teleport too? Yeah. Really?
Pretty
I don't recall having a teleport. Always.
Alright, one more.
Hold on. Alright, I have to win at least one round of one match.
I'll be Scorpion.
Fantastic worlds.
Scorpion, Reptile, and MK2 Scorpion and Reptile. Oh, I got 2 wins in a row.
Shocking. Really, no one saw that. You can't even block that, can you?
Block is the trigger, though.
Oh, block is the trigger. Oh, that's right. It's not back. That's
No excuses, Brandon. No excuses.
Yeah, you're still gonna win, but
Round 2, fight.
combat's not for me. She didn't. Got up. No kick.
Finish him.
I actually couldn't get up at all. How do you not get hit from that?
Down and block.
I was doing
Alright,
that
one
to
more.
work.
This is the last one.
I can do this all day.
Zero, Scorpion.
I really like fighting games, even though Mortal Kombat I'm terrible at.
Couldn't get his fatality.
Round.
Alright, I got close on that one.
Closer.
Hey, you were almost there.
Come on. Wow.
Flawless!
Oh my god.
Oh, that's amazing.
Alright.
That's fantastic.
Alright.
Round 2,
No more
fight.
messing around. I need to switch back to Reptile.
Oh, crap. Okay, try that one again. You tricked me.
Got him.
Scorpion
Alright.
wins.
Alright.
Okay.
Round 3, fight.
That was not a good start. Get over here! I did it the wrong time.
Brandon, mash more buttons.
Hey, I can only mash so much.
Alright, let's see if I get the fatality.
I lost. But
There we go.
I got a flawless victory, so that absolves me of my loss.
Alright, so next week, what's next week then? Street Fighter 2?
I don't know. We'll have to look into that. If you guys have any suggestions of anything we would like to play, or you'd like to see us play, let us know and do some stuff with that. But yes, cheapness does prevail, by the way. As long as it gets me a flawless, I don't care.
Alright, so total in our fighting tournament, I have won 2 of the games and you have 1.
Correct.
So next week.
Correct.
So hopefully we don't go back to Street Fighter also.
I hope we do. We can always do something different.
Alright, let's just pause this.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's go back.
Alright.
Okay. All right, and we're back. So we were talking about games. We're going to continue talking about games because there's more gaming news than anything else at this particular point in time. Diablo 3 recently released a new season patch. Play any Diablo 3, Jacob?
I played in the beta a little bit, but not a lot of Diablo 3 now.
No? Well, in the beginning, a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah,
So
I
the
know.
beta was pretty similar to that.
And then they closed their what was it where you can trade or
Yes,
sell?
they closed the auction house. And
Auction
that
house, that's
improved the game dramatically, but they've been slowly making more and more changes, and it's been getting progressively better and better. It's not perfect. It's not Diablo 2, as a lot of fanboys of
Did
Diablo
play
2
Diablo
say,
2.
which is me. I love Diablo 2 with passion, so D3's It's slowly been climbing up. When the game first came out, I played it for about 3 months and then swore it off for about a year and a half because it disappointed me so much.
I did hear that a lot of the recent updates that they've been making is a lot.
Yeah,
It's kind of what a lot of fans have been asking for.
Yeah, it's been clawing its way up a lot. The big patch, they changed some of the drop rates, they changed a lot of the skills, and then they also added seasons, which is essentially the equivalency of ladder in Diablo 2. Your character is only good for the duration of that ladder. After that season, then it goes to being a normal character, and during the duration that it's a season character, it's its own separate entity. It has no connection to the rest of your characters, and it has special legendaries and equipment and things that you can only get during season. So it kind of makes it neat. There's some cool stuff here and there, but that patch recently came out, so if you do have D3 and you haven't tried it in a while, just try it. Give it a shot. It has changed a lot. You might like it now. If not, well, no harm done.
I guess.
So now we're going to talk a little about the X99 BIOS that just came out.
Okay, so X99 launched last week?
It was the Friday before PAX, so 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So we've been updating a lot of the features on the motherboards that we have. We have 3 motherboards, and earlier this week, we put out a BIOS for to improve memory stability.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, we still have a lot of work to be done on that. So we are working on another update that I hope may be ready tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Monday or Tuesday. That'll add even more memory support, especially above 2667. So that's been a big focus.
What are you guys aiming for?
Officially support 3000 megahertz, but it should be able to go beyond that. The X99 platform's a little bit tricky. When you go above 2667, it actually has to increase the base clock. There is no, today on EVGA X99, there is no memory multiplier or divider that allows you to go over 2667. So if you want to go above that, you have to increase the base clock. One of the things that we're planning on adding very soon is the ability to go above 2667 with a 100 megahertz base clock, so you don't have to increase the base clock. It doesn't mess with your CPU frequency.
That'll be handy. A lot of people don't like messing with that stuff because that's when it starts
Yeah,
to get
I
a
mean,
little bit more complicated.
Some people like tweaking that kind of stuff, but for the average user, when you increase your base clock, it's increasing everything: your CPU frequency, memory frequency, and it can cause a lot of other. Yeah, it can cause a lot of other weirdness going on with the board. So, ideally, you want to keep it at 100 megahertz base clock for stability reasons. But
understandable.
Yeah.
Understandable. So, next week, NVIDIA is throwing a gigantic event. They're doing their NVIDIA Game 24. It's going to be a 24-hour event celebrating essentially PC gaming. We talked about it a little bit before. We're just reiterating this because if you're in the area, if you're in any of the areas just doing, there's going to be the main shows, which are going to be, I think it's LA, Shanghai, and I think the other one was London. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, there's one in
London.
London.
Was the other one?
Yeah.
And then they're also going to have some branch offs at some smaller LAN centers. One of them is going to be in Mission Viejo. I'm actually going to be personally at the Mission Viejo one. The other guys are going to be at the LA one. So if you guys are at either of those, look for one of us, say hi. But if you go to the actual site, you can find the locations, and you might be able to find one near you. Go check it out. They're going to be giving away a lot of stuff, doing some fun streams, some prizes, and all sorts of other stuff.
Yep, and I will be going to the LA event.
Yes.
So if you are going to that one, make sure to say hi or give me a piggyback ride.
Jacob will be accepting piggyback rides effectively for the duration of the show. Make sure you get footage of that and send it to us so we can show it on the podcast because we like showing that kind of footage.
So it's next Thursday,
It is
right?
next Thursday,
So next week.
24
So next
hours.
week we won't have a podcast.
We will not have a podcast next week. This event is from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's
Oh,
from
full
Thursday
time.
night to Friday night. So it's a full 24-hour event. So yeah, we won't be here next week. If you're expecting us next week, I'm sorry. It'll be the week after that. But if you're lucky and you're in the area, you can come see us in person, and that's way better than a podcast because I assure you, we're much more fun people in person. I don't know about you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's debatable. I think.
That's debatable. Jury's still out on that one. Speaking of podcasts, though, I hear you're going to be on somebody else's podcast, you traitor.
Yeah, so on September 26th, the end of this month, a couple weeks, I will be on the PC Perspective podcast. Well, actually, it's not going to be the PC Perspective podcast. I should rephrase that. It's a special event for EVGA that will be done that day, the 26th, and we have a ton of prizes that we're going to give away, and also we'll talk about a lot of EVGA products and new stuff and great stuff.
What kind of prizes are you giving away?
Oh, there's a lot, honestly. Motherboards, graphics cards, mice, everything, power supplies.
Pretty much everything under the sun. If we've got it, there's a chance it's going to be given away. Good to know. Good to know.
So if you are around, make sure to tune in for that because a lot of good stuff there.
So that's September 26th, and that's going to be on the same location as the PC Perspective
Yeah,
podcast.
so pcper.com is the website. If you guys aren't familiar with it, you can check it out on their website. We haven't confirmed the exact time yet, but as we get closer to that, we should have a better idea of that. And I will be there with my good friend Ryan from PCper.
Yes, Ryan is a good buddy of ours.
Ryan Trout.
All right. So we told you guys last week that we're going to be showing you a sneak peek of a new product.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you what, we didn't tell you where. We just said there was going to be something.
Wait, we have a
But
winner.
before that, we have a winner.
Yeah.
Jumping the gun there.
So
That was, wow, everyone is just all about this one. Calm down.
somebody said 1,000.
Calm down. So, the question was how many native SATA 6 ports does the X99 FTW have? And if you didn't pick up on that, that's the question to win an X99 FTW. The winner for this one was Gemba 8D.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a
Gemba
full
8D.
word. Gembade. Gembade.
Gembat?
Something like that. Well, congratulations, you won. You will be getting a message to us probably near the end of this podcast with further instructions. Congratulations. Send us a reply, and we'll get back to you on shipping you your brand new X99 FTW motherboard. So, enjoy that. But, back to the new product, we did say we were going to give you a sneak peek at something.
Yeah.
I'm sure all of you were very, very curious as to what that is, and now we're going to show you.
Okay.
Jacob?
So, new product that we have here is something that we'll be releasing very soon. It's actually a new power supply. It's actually a new power supply series.
Okay.
So, you know we have the G1 series, we have G2 series.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new series of power supplies coming out called the GS. GS and PS, gold and platinum.
Okay. And
So,
what does that S stand for?
The S stands for silent, basically. It's a completely new design. I have one of the units here. It's extremely quiet. That was kind of the focus of it. Of course, it does have the kind of hybrid fan control as well.
If you don't know what the eco mode is, it's as long as the power supply stays under a certain temperature, the fan doesn't even turn on. So it's dead quiet at that point. There's zero sound coming from it.
Yep, so that one. So we plan to initially introduce 3 models. We have an 850, we have a 1050, and we have a 1000 Platinum. That, 1000 Platinum. And those ones will be announcing later this month.
Fantastic. So this was a sneak peek at a new product. It's pretty neat. If sound is a big issue to you, we've got this new power supply line just for you. It's a matter of personal opinion. Some people don't care. Some people will just throw all the fans in there, and at that point, it doesn't matter.
Also, in terms of positioning, so we have the G1, which is kind of, I guess you could look at more like we have kind of a good and then better model. The G1 is kind of good quality, and the G2 is better quality. The GS is about on level with the G2 in terms of quality.
So it's effectively the same power supply as the G2, but more of a focus
It's a new design, actually.
Totally, it's not the previous platform.
It's a different platform.
Interesting.
Entirely different platform, but the quality level is about on level with the G2.
Fantastic. Looks like a good thing. So we're going to wrap this up here shortly. We've got a few minutes for questions. If you do have any questions, please give them to us now, and we'll see what we can do to answer them.
VSG28 asked about the 1600 P2. That is the 1600 watt platinum. So we launched the gold. We have a platinum. We'll have a titanium. So the platinum is on the way. Either tomorrow, next week, you may see an announcement on the platinum.
So essentially what you're saying is not next week's podcast, because there won't be one, but the podcast after that, we'll probably have one to show off.
Yeah, but the announcement will be much before that.
Much sooner.
Rob still needs to do his MC hammer.
Somebody said dance for me.
I think he's talking about Rob.
I think he's talking about Rob too. And even if he's not talking about Rob, he's still talking about Rob.
How do these stack with the existing G2 series? I think I kind of answered that. It's about, in terms of quality level, it's about It's about on level with the G2, but much lower noise level.
Here's a good one. Is M.2 bootable on the X99 X99 classifier?
Yes, but it actually depends on the M.2 device.
Interesting. What would differentiate between what is and what isn't?
My understanding is it depends on the controller that is used on the SATA device on the M.2. Some of them are bootable, some of them are not bootable.
Okay. Interesting. Someone was asking about the 1600 watt titanium as well.
Yeah, that one's going to be later. Yeah, the platinum will be next.
There's not too many titanium power supplies on the market. In fact, I can only think of one off the top of my head. It's kind of an unexplored efficiency rating right now. There's very, very few. It's very, very high rating.
It's a bit expensive to get that titanium rating, but it is very efficient.
It's borderline impractical from the price of the unit, but it is something that it will become more and more prominent as the technology advances, as like anything else.
Let's see. BroadXRAR asked, can you tell me some good semi-budget graphics cards to get that will run games on ultra high settings? It depends on, I would say primarily depends on the resolution in the games that you're running. For 1080p and most games, the 760 or 760 Ti is a pretty good choice for high to ultra settings. But like I said, it really depends on the game. If you're trying to do 1440p or 4K,
it changes things dramatically.
I would probably go maybe a little bit higher than that. But 1080p is no problem.
4K I've discovered is incredibly brutal on your system.
Yeah. For 4K, and if you're running 4K and you want 60 frames per second, even like 50 frames per second, you need to have SLI basically.
And you need to have SLI essentially tightens.
Unless you want to run like medium settings or.
Yeah, it's very, very heavy in your system. It's the equivalency of running 4 1080p monitors at the same time. It adds up. What you think is, oh yeah, it'll be fine. I've got a 780 Ti, I can handle it. 4K is very, very heavy. Very heavy. So keep that in mind if you're looking at 4K information. Anything else you can think of you want to say before we wrap this up?
I think that covers it.
Okay. Well, we're going to call this for now. Keep in mind there is no podcast next week. There will be one the week after that. If there's anything you'd like to see, any games you'd like us to play, feel free to shoot us an email. Do it at podcast@evga.com, and we will consider all of your input.
We should do MK1 next.
I'd rather do a non-MK game, preferably. I'd like a chance to win. But we're going to call this for now, and until next time, hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good evening.